Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to EveryWord365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen, and today we're reading 2 Corinthians 6 through 9. So as for today's reading, I was so excited to share my personal connection with 2 Corinthians that I didn't even share any background on the book. So here you go. 2 Corinthians 1:1 identifies the author of the book as the Apostle Paul, possibly along with Timothy. The book of 2 Corinthians was very likely written around AD 55 through 57. As for the purpose of the writing, the church in Corinth began in AD 52 when Paul visited there on his second missionary journey. It was then that he stayed 1.5 years, the first time he was allowed to stay in one place as long as he wished. A record of this visit and the establishment of the church is found in Acts 18. 1 through 18. In his second letter to the Corinthians, Paul expresses his relief and joy that the Corinthians had received his severe letter, now lost, in a positive manner. That letter addressed issues that were tearing the church apart, primarily the arrival of the self-styled or false apostles who were assaulting Paul's character, sowing discord among the believers, and teaching false doctrine. They appear to have questioned his veracity, his speaking ability, and his unwillingness to accept support from the church at Corinth. There were also some people who had not repented of their licentious behavior. Positively, Paul found the Corinthians had well received his severe letter. Paul was overjoyed to learn from Titus that the majority of Corinthians repented of the rebellion against Paul. The apostle encourages them for this in an expression of his genuine love. Paul also sought to vindicate his apostleship, as some in the church had likely questioned his authority. And that, of course, is all from gotquestions.org on the book of 2 Corinthians. There's a lot of talk about giving in today's reading. And not just giving, but giving generously. And not just our money, our time, and our talents, too. Whatever you give is acceptable if you give it eagerly and give according to what you have, not what you don't have. Of course, I don't mean your giving should make life easy for others and hard for yourselves. I only mean that there should be some equality. Right now you have plenty and can help those who are in need. Later, they will have plenty and can share with you when you need it. In this way, things will be equal. That's 2 Corinthians 8:12 through 14. Remember this, a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop, but the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. You must each decide in your heart how much to give, and don't give reluctantly or in response to pressure, for God loves a person who gives cheerfully, and God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. That is 2 Corinthians 9:6 through 8. If you struggle with tithing and or how much and or how often and or to where, please read today's readings closely. Lots of good wisdom and advice. And in the bold print today, all we can really take with us is what we have given away. Really think about that. It's that old saying, you can't take it with you. Tomorrow is 2 Corinthians 10 through 13. Happy reading. This episode is brought to you by Travel with Friends. Flexible, reliable, intentional, earnest, noble, dedicated, and supportive. We all want friends like that, and now you can. Travel with Friends takes the logistics out of your life-changing tour. Each member of their team strives to be the best friends they can and hope that each trip is impactful and personable. Just give Travel with Friends a call, 501-379-9226, or you can email them at friends@travelwithfriends.com, or of course you can click in the link in the podcast description.